put on the, like, try to commit to, like, once a week? Like,
right. I haven't met with guys I was playing with for a while either. It's been like a year since we've been together.
I know, you guys were, like, trying to really play some shows and shit last year. Like,
Yeah, we were going to try and do a little tour in May, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And so everything's been kind of on hiatus. We did record an album last January.
Yeah.
Or EP, I mean, and we haven't released that yet. So I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Figure it out. I'm just focused on trying to practice. So the day that I get to play on stage, I'm like,
right?
yes!
I know, Robert and I were talking about it, like,
yes!
Like, dude, you know that feeling when you're playing a show and you're like, I am fucking on it.
Yeah.
It's like that feeling feels so far away.
And when you get off the stage,
you're like fucking killed it.
I don't care if I hurt my leg or something or any, I don't know, you're just like, I feel like I did my life's purpose.
Yeah.
In a little 1 hour representation.
Dude, I know. It's like, yeah, I'll get something together soon one of these days. Try and, I guess, do a 5-spot stream.
Right.
I don't know. I'm warming up to them.
Warming it up to them.
I don't know, like, or just even like the stream thing of like I saw the My Wall show on Friday, and it was like, all right, I'm gonna go to the show, and it's like, tune in at 8:00 exactly, and then for exactly 1 hour, a band will play on your computer screen or whatever.
Wow, I haven't experienced that yet. How is that?
I mean, they're fun. Like 5-spot really, like, is doing it well.
Heck yeah.
And I mean, and Kevin Conlin and Ryan Westover, like they have Flooded Sun liquid light shows. So
those are sick. So
they've been doing their own light show for stuff like when bands want them. And
okay.
Like Tape Deck Mountain did a 5-spot stream, and Flooded Sun was doing liquids, and like so they can make it look really good, you know.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah,
but it's still like not the same as
no, you can't.
Oh, dude, like, for some streams, we'll put it on, like, the big TV in my living room.
Yeah.
And I'll hook it into, like, my big stereo system.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll just, like, fucking crank it so we can...
Yeah! Feel the power.
We watched Kiss on New Year's. They did a big New Year's live stream.
Wow. Whose house was it at?
We did it at my house. And
no, I mean, like, where did Kiss do it, or...
From Dubai.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they had to go like total Kiss fashion with it. So
they over the top
from Dubai.
Oh my!
It was so funny, dude. They're like, Dubai!
That's hilarious. Paul Stanley and Gene just still at it.
Dude, the thing about Kiss though is like those guys. Speaking of like being seasoned and just like. They've been doing it for so many years. It looks like it's nothing to them,
right?
And it's so tight, like,
right?
They just fucking rock.
They're like 7 feet tall, wearing the shoes.
Insane, yeah,
the platform shoes.
Yeah, the drummer's in like a fucking riser, like 20 feet.
They're so just fucking ball.
Dude, they're like so tight.
Hell yeah! Well, hello everyone. This is the Nashville Artist. I'm your host Jordan. Today we have John Condit on here.
Hello.
Well,
cheers.
Happy to have you here.
Cheers.
So you're from California?
I grew up in Northern California.
Okay.
Yeah, Santa Cruz. I guess some people get picky and they'll be like, "That's actually central," but it's North Central California.
Okay, cool.
Like near San Francisco area.
Did you surf a lot, or?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's always the Cali question.
I actually used to do the crazy guy thing that they call Dawn Patrol.
Huh.
So my high school friends and I that were surfers, we'd wake up at like 4:30 in the morning.
Oh wow.
And we'd go surf from like 5:30 until 7:30 and then go to school at 8.
What? Dang, that's like the Lords of Dogtown sort of shit.
Yeah, so you'd see like you'd watch the sunrise in the water. And a lot of times at that time we'd be surfing with our teachers too. In
really?
high school. So it's like, see you in class.
So everyone's pretty athletic then.
Oh yeah, I mean Santa Cruz is very like. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of Santa Cruz skateboards.
Definitely.
You know, so it's very immersed in the culture there of surfing and street sports.
Yeah.
And you know, and I can't shake it either. You know.
What is the population like there? Like, it's pretty big, or is it smaller?
I think it's about 50,000.
Oh wow. Okay.
Or no, maybe more.
So it's pretty small. Okay.
And it's being recorded.
It's okay.
It's small. It's a small town. Like, it's not
way smaller than Nashville.
Yeah, it's not a big place.
Smaller than Chattanooga. Okay, cool. What was the aha moment that you were like, I want to start playing music?
I think the real aha moment was like way younger. Before my family located to the Santa Cruz area, we lived in the Central Valley. I remember super young just listening to like the Rolling Stones in the car with my dad and the Animals and always just thinking, it was so great. And eventually kind of like maybe there was like some of my parents' friends whose son maybe was a year or two older. He had gotten a guitar but I don't know. I don't really remember because it was just kind of like, it was like I wanted to do that.
How old were you when that happened? Do you remember?
I got my first guitar when I was 6.
Dang. Okay. Wow.
It was like I still have it at my parents' house. It's a little 3/4 nylon string.
Wow.
In hindsight, it's kind of funny to have learned on a nylon string because you have to like really put the muscle down, especially as a kid, to get the strings
classical kind of
to make the strings have a noise. But yeah, I don't know. I remember super young and then I like set it down for a year. I wasn't very interested. I think I tried to do some other things and finally it kind of came back.
Yeah.
Of like, I think, and then it hit me. I was like, ooh, an electric guitar. That's cool. Like,
nice.
And so I like saved up from allowance or something and I really wanted a black Strat originally, and I had saved up enough money to like buy an amp, and so somehow I ended up buying an amp before I even had a like electric guitar, and I had it in my head I really wanted a black Stratocaster, but unfortunately the music store in Modesto, California didn't have any black Strats, so I was like, no, I'm not going to get a guitar, but they did have like. They got some really weird order from Fender where they had like an overstock of like white American Standard guitars. Mm-hmm. And I remember my dad like saying like, well, this is a lot nicer of an instrument than what you were looking at. And I had to like kind of come around to that thought process. And eventually for Christmas, I got one of the white Strats. And I still have that guitar today. It's like a 99.
Sick.
American Standard Strat. It gets better with age. It's like a fine wine.
Is it still here in Nashville?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
I just got it set up a couple weeks ago again from Taylor Jones. He does all my guitar work. And
where's Taylor Jones at? Located?
He's just running out of his house right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He was at EMS for a while and has since parted ways there and
okay.
He's just kind of doing his own thing right now.
Does he have like, do people normally reach out to him for them to do that, or is it kind of low key?
Yeah, I think he keeps it pretty mellow, but he definitely has a solid customer base.
If you want to share his Instagram or whatever handle.
Oh yeah, it's
or his name
at Derek Taylor Jones.
Okay,
just how it sounds.
Actually, yeah.
Make sure on his Instagram there. Give you a little plug.
We're all about the plugs.
Yeah, his Instagram is Derek Taylor Jones. Hit him up. He does great work, and he builds his own guitars that he's getting back into again.
Awesome.
But yeah, still have that Strat. I don't know. I don't let a lot of my guitars go ever.
Yeah, I still have my first drum.
So I just hold it. I just let them hang.
Yeah.
Even if they sit for years in the closet, they'll find their way back out eventually.
Exactly. It's another piece of wall art too.
Yeah.
Just hanging on the wall.
And then ever since then, I don't know. Guitar's just always been around.
Nice.
I took lessons as an adolescent and teenager all through high school, and all the way till college, pretty much. And was when I stopped taking guitar lessons.
And did you say you had siblings?
I have 2 older sisters.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do they play music?
Mm-mm. No.
Do your parents play music?
My mom plays a little piano. Every Christmas, sometimes we can coax her into playing.
Oh yeah.
And then her father, my grandfather, he he was a clarinet player
Okay.
and a sax player, and then he started learning piano actually when he was 65.
Wow.
Because to help with his arthritis.
Wow.
At the time. And so I always remember as a kid, he, playing like Italian love songs on the piano and
Nice.
stuff. That's really it for my musical side of my family. There's not a whole lot that I know of. That's about it.
Yeah. No cousins or anything that played music, or?
Not really, no. I'm like the black sheep in that way, I guess.
Right.
And then especially like freaking out my family with like being so into psychedelic music and everything.
He's becoming a hippie, damn it.
Yeah. My uncle's a big deadhead, so I think maybe it's somewhere that rubbed off. And growing up in San Francisco, that's why, like in the Bay Area there, that's why it was so intriguing. Of like
Haight and Ashbury.
Yeah, of what went down there.
Exactly.
There's a lot of history.
I like the post where you're playing the song by Love.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I started to try and learn more cover songs.
Is that Alone in Morrigan, or is Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guitar part.
Yeah, that part reminded me of I listened to some of your demo tapes on Bandcamp, and it was Participation.
Thanks.
That guitar melody kind of reminded me of that.
Thanks, man. Yeah, maybe.
I thought that sounded really cool, the melodic kind of shimmering sound. So I noticed, I was like, all right, he's, I've seen him play a couple times. He's really into psychedelic music. He likes love. He's got a band called The Endscape. And now you have your solo project with this Cohn Jondit.
Yeah, I don't know, I guess over the 10 plus years of doing The Endscape, it finally was just like, I toyed around with the idea of like trying to rebrand myself in some way. And,
I feel you.
And couldn't let it go. And then finally this last year, it was just kind of like, let's do it. Let's try and start something totally new and fresh.
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of started going that direction with like, I don't know if you went to any of the Endscape shows over the past couple years, but I had like a bigger band. Yeah. And so...
I saw you at the end.
Uh-huh. Oh, that was a trio show, yeah.
Okay, and then I saw you at 5 Spot.
Yes. Was that a big band show? I had like a 6-piece band for a minute.
I think I've seen one.
We did Bob Fest like that.
Okay.
And I don't know, that's just kind of started maybe steering my direction of like, maybe just calling it more of a solo project. I think with the Cohn Jondit thing, the funniest thing for me was like, just over the years, I've had so many Instagrams of like Nashville Psych Alliance and the fucking show and the Alien Baby and my personal one and the Inscape where it was like, well, the Cohn Jondit Instagram, which is just me, has like the most followers anyway. Yeah. And so it was like, well, instead of just directing people every which way, like I might as well just like call my band that. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the trend in your naming of your bands.
Thanks.
The Endscape. It's like the escape, but it's the opposite. Inscape.
Well, Inscape was an old literary term from the poet Gerard Manley Hopkins. Oh. From the 19th century.
Awesome.
And so he coined the term, and it means the inner essence of a person or object is shown through a form of art.
Sick.
And so at the time I was like, well, that's perfect. There's my band name. I actually like flipped to a random page in the dictionary and I saw that word and I was like, oh, perfect. Cool. Wow. That's my band.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
And then finally after like 10 years, I was like, okay, let's maybe just try to rebrand it a little bit. And since it's just me anyway, really.
Right.
Robert's so behind the scenes. He's very much a part of the band.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But a lot of it, I mean, like the last real Inscape album was just Robert and I with a couple people. Like we did bass and drums, just the two of us. There's even some new Cohn Jondit songs that we've done that way where I'll record like an acoustic demo to a click track.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll play bass and drums live to it and then build the track from there.
Sick. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Keep the rhythm section live and still natural and
Yeah. Well, it's funny. There's times where like it'll come on and people are like, "Who's playing drums on that?" And it's like it's me and me and me and
That's
Robert
also me.
and me. You know, it's like it's really funny.
Being able to play multi instruments is a great skill.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to lead your own kind of vision, you can already do it. Or
Yeah. I never took drum lessons or anything. But I do know how to like practice paradiddles and stuff. Like, you're not going to catch me like throwing any of that fancy stuff in there though. I wish. Maybe next year when I get my knee back and you can start playing drums again.
You hurt your knee?
I broke my knee in October.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you do that?
Skateboarding.
Oh, sick.
I
mean, not sick, but
well, no, it's I've always
skateboarding is sick.
I've always skated throughout my life, and finally, like being 30 and doing it, I'd never broken a bone actually until then.
Dang.
And so finally, it just went out.
What trick were you working on?
Oh, it was so lame. It was like nothing exciting. I was just doing like a manual, which is like a wheelie.
Ah, yeah.
And I just shifted my weight wrong in my knee.
Fell back?
No, my knee went in.
Ah.
And then snapped back.
Jesus.
Yeah, I got a new ligament in here. And
wow.
I actually saw my surgeon today, and he gave me the green light to
keep skateboarding.
I can get back on the board.
That's great.
Yeah. And I told him, I was like, I'm not going to be boosting any big ollies right now. And he's like, in a couple weeks, you probably can. And I'm like, all right, game on.
When this was on October and it's now February, so.
Yeah, I had surgery in November.
Okay. That's pretty good recovery time.
Yeah. They say like 3 months. And then I've just been trying to like keep myself dedicated to like getting the strength back. And, because in my mind, I'm like, the longer I delay it, the longer it takes to heal. So
that's true.
So if I just try to,
get your workout in,
kick myself and like tell myself, just to do it, it'll pay off in the end.
When you'll stay more childlike, because you'll be more athletic and have the ability to jump around.
Well, this last summer
jump into a pile of leaves.
I was skating my best.
Yeah.
I literally was skating my best, and I'm like, man, I'm feeling good. And then my knee broke, and I'm like, God damn it, now we got to start all over again.
Well, it puts everything into perspective. That's really, at least you have that viewpoint now.
Yeah. Now I know what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got cred.
You can now relate to more people.
Yeah, I guess so. I really can. I don't have to awkwardly be like, oh, yeah, that sucks.
I've never broken a bone.
I've done it.
Right?
Sorry, that was a tangent.
No, that's what we want. That's how we get to know people.
Yeah.
Just let them speak. I have to just shut up and get out of the way and let you kind of tell your thing.
But yeah, we got new Cohn Jondit stuff is hopefully coming out this year.
Okay,
probably
cool.
Towards the later end of the year.
Right. Is it also going to are you going to put it on Spotify too?
Well, so yeah, I put up some demos just because I was making them and I'm like,
get something out.
Well, and I'm like, half the time I make these and like, I put a lot of effort into them and they just kind of sit on my computer.
Yeah. And you're the only one that gets to enjoy them.
Yeah. And I'm like, whatever. It's not like they're embarrassing or maybe they are. Or,
doesn't matter.
I don't know. I especially felt like with this last year, it's like, it's funny because I felt it happening and now I'm like really seeing it happen where a lot of artists are embracing the subscription based models, with doing Patreons or a lot more bands all of a sudden are like, hey, here's our demos from the album. Because everyone's finding they maybe need to be a little more transparent as an artist in this day and age. And there's kind of less it's a lot harder now to have the cool factor sometimes, I think, where so many of us, especially in this day and age, are like, we're all just people trying to
be interesting,
get through and and create art and not go nuts. And, everyone's trying to reach out in their own way that they can. So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna put these demos up. But everything eventually will be. We're getting studio dates down now, so I can actually record, these songs, and participation will be on there. A lot of these like new tracks. This last year, I really found the joys of meditation.
Yeah.
And so pretty much all those songs are from my meditations over this last year.
You call it Meditation EP or something.
Well, it's going to be called Return to the Center.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a much better way of putting it.
But yeah, it was like, there were quite a few times starting this process of like, a lot of times now I wake up at sunrise and I'll spend like an hour. There's like a breathing routine and then a meditation I'll do. And like at the end, it's like, oh, there's a new song. Kind of gives me my thing to work on for the day.
Right.
And so then I'd make like these demos. Like,
that's great.
It was just like a cycle.
Yeah.
And then finally I was like looking at it all like in my iTunes and I'm like, oh, cool. There's an album. There it is. And so now I get to like, I keep like joking with myself. It's like the most prepared I've ever been for like an actual recording project.
Yeah.
Instead of like, sure, that sounds fine. Let's go for it. Like now it's like
precise.
I've like recorded everything like multiple times already. So
that's good. You know your song.
It's like I've made plenty of rough drafts. Now I can actually write the essay.
Yeah.
And
got your outline.
Yeah, it'll be fun. There's some parts that I'm like stewing on where I'm like, this is gonna be tough to do in the COVID era. I think when the weather gets nicer, maybe we can take some microphones outside or something. Try to figure something out.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of great outdoor places around here. I like to go to Chattanooga and play on the Walnut Street Bridge.
Oh.
Because you can find power outlets. And I'll bring my friend Kellen, we'll play bass and drums out there. I'll bring my cocktail kit, and it's fun.
Wow.
Playing in front of people outside.
That's awesome.
And they're passerby, so.
Yeah, I'm hoping for some backyard shows this year for sure.
I've thought about having a show here. The band plays in the garage. And then
why not?
Yeah, there needs to be more outdoor.
Dude, everyone's craving it.
Events.
It's like the weekends I get super sad sometimes because I'm like, I just want to hang out with everybody and I can't.
Everything is through a screen now.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, sometimes I'll go in my car late at night and like blast songs in my car, listen to them loud.
Yeah.
Just feel it because I have a pretty good speaker system in my car. But, you got to get the lead out or whatever.
Yeah, I've even heard of people like that don't, like they used to commute, they don't commute anymore. And so they'll just like hop in their car and drive around for an hour.
I do too. I do that too. I'm like, I'm just going to cruise.
Like, why not?
Especially late at night. Or like, at night it's kind of fun to cruise around, but during the day it is too. Like, I'll go to Cornelia Air Park and then hang out there, walk around, and then just cruise like the neighborhoods of East Nashville.
Yeah.
And just be like, that's a nice house. That's a great looking house. Well,
yeah.
I like that.
I like doing that too. It's fun.
Yeah. Get to know your neighborhood a little bit better.
Yeah. I just became a realtor too.
That's awesome.
So,
who are you? Are you with Keller Williams?
Village.
Village. Okay, great. Awesome. Well, let's talk about that. What made you jump into that?
2020, man.
That's a great answer.
I don't know. It's kind of like getting my... I've talked to a couple other friends too who are doing similar things. And I think everyone was just kind of like getting a real estate license has always been in the back of our minds.
Yeah.
And then with such a stagnant year last year, it was like, all right, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Now it's like super real where it's like, oh, wow, this is real.
It's great.
So I very humbled, of like totally feeling like fish out of water. And I have no idea what I'm doing, but
that's good.
But it is good, You'll
write better songs for it.
And I don't know, it'll be rewarding when I get the hang of it,
Definitely. So. Yeah, learning a new skill, new hobby. I think that's one of the essential things for 2020.
Well, and like, you have to
music's
music's expensive.
It is.
Like It's not like the days of really like, making music the full career like really exists.
No,
you
have to do many things.
Everyone's got their side hustle.
Absolutely.
You
got to be an entrepreneur to be a musician.
So that was the other part of it too. Of like, I got to figure out something to
put bread on the table. Try
and sustain it.
But you still have that kind of self-governance with being a realtor. I feel like you're your own kind of
totally
the relationships you build your business. And
yeah. So whoever's listening to this, call me, give me a call.
You want to put your number on here?
You can put it in the comments.
Okay.
Take you. Let's go find you a house in Nashville or
that way
Tennessee.
Don't have to listen to halfway through to get that nugget of information. So do you have an Instagram for your real?
Not yet.
Are you going to put Cohn Jondit on the real estate card?
No.
Okay.
No, I know. I've been like.
Do I change?
That's been on my mind of like, how do I like split these things?
Jump into this persona always,
or do I just like? I think I just have to own it, man.
Yeah.
However that might be. I don't want to scare clients.
No.
But I don't think it's all good.
It'll be an edge that will excite them.
Yeah.
And he has a band.
The DIY musician. It's funny. Like so many people.
And he's creative.
Are realtors and musicians. And it's like it's nuts.
Well, a lot of famous people were before they became famous, got really good in real estate to build their money so they could do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, man. Got to pay to play, right?
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he became super wealthy from real estate before he became an actor.
Oh, really?
And everything, yeah.
I never know that.
But that fueled his ability to stay bodybuilding and do what he wanted.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
He's freaking enterprise. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm psyched. It's all good. It's all good stuff. I feel like a lot of, is uncomfortable, I think, the past year's been. It's been a, big breakthrough for a lot of people.
It is.
And everyone's kind of, maybe coming out of, the fog of, the bar scene and stuff. And it's like, oh, what am I really doing? Or, whatever. Everyone's kind of trying to finally, maybe step up a little bit.
Yeah, I think that this past year revealed a lot of people to themselves.
Sure. Absolutely.
And ask what are my values, or what are my
Yeah. What am I good at?
Yeah, what am I good at, or what do I want to be doing,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, sitting alone or mostly alone for
good time to think. 6
to 9 months will help you figure that out,
Yeah. I think a lot of people are either doing that or they're sleeping during this time, thinking when it goes away, life will turn back to normal. And it's
no, dude, this is the new normal.
Yeah, you might get left behind.
Dude, I not to have too much COVID talk or anything, but it's it's
just reality.
I get into it. There's people I live in a townhome complex, or there's apartments and townhomes, and there's a community gym, and the HOA has said, there's a limit to how many people, you gotta have a mask. I'll sometimes get into really uncomfortable conversations with some guys of yo man, you gotta have a mask on. And they're like, I don't have to. I'm better than it. Or have that total, and it's dude, where have you been the past year, man? Just do it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Who knows?
I think that's the other part too, is I've just gotten so used to it.
Yeah. You watch movies now, and it's they're not wearing masks. What's going on here?
Yeah, right? You're watching a show.
Yeah, you're
way too crowded.
Yeah, you're oh my god. Okay, this just hasn't seeped into our media yet. Haven't seen movies with masks on yet, unless it's The Outbreak or some kind of.
Do you think that you'll feel uncomfortable going to the first couple shows?
I don't know. That's a good question. What kind of shows?
Even a show at the Cobra.
Oh, indoor, yeah.
A normal Thursday night.
Yeah, I wouldn't really feel comfortable doing that as much. Yeah. I've gone to shows in Chattanooga at bars, because the Chattanooga music or bar scene has gotten pretty good about using part of the real estate that there are bars on to build an outdoor section. And then they'll have an outdoor stage, and it's
nice.
Great. Everyone has their own picnic table or whatever. You get to watch this
awesome.
band. And I was like, I experienced that in the summer, and my friends were playing, and I got to sit in on a song, and I was like, this is how it should be, you know, like play outside, like, and people can be however far apart they want to be, or whatever.
For sure.
And I was like, we just got to bring that here, you know, because I would go to a lot more of those.
Same. I did go to 3rd and Lindsley in September.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was fun.
Yeah.
You know, going in, originally I was like nervous, and then I calmed down. You know, because like 3rd and Lindsley seemed like a pretty safe trial run.
Yeah.
Because it's big. They kept all the tables spaced. Like, I sat at the bar with a friend, and the bartender was wearing a mask, and I mean, we're still here. We're fine.
Yeah.
We survived. But yeah, definitely, like, you know, there's like a little uneasiness at first. You're like looking around, you know, trying to gauge how far everyone is from you and whatnot. And
then a couple beers in, you're like,
a couple beers in.
I'm safe.
And then you're like, I'm totally safe. Yeah, nothing can kill me.
Right. Yeah, or I'm young, I'll be all right.
But it's funny because it totally happened where, like, I've made the joke, when we start to go back to shows, everyone's going to be like, it's so loud.
Yeah.
You know, and it totally happened. I was like, damn, it's really loud.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. People are probably way more sensitive to sound now because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the loudest thing a person will do on a daily basis? Maybe TV? I mean, play music here, I guess, would be the loudest
If that's
thing.
what they do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise everything, they have a volume knob for everything.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't get a volume knob at a show.
No.
Did you bring your earplugs? No? Well.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, there's no volume knob. That is something people are going to have to adjust to.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll be kind of excited, though, for, like, those first shows back at Cobra. Or,
Definitely.
you know, they're going to be super awkward.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever band is playing is going to be like, wow, you know, we haven't done this in a while. And everyone's going to be standing there like...
It's going to be the same conversation.
Oh, it'll be the same conversation for months. But I'm excited for that, too.
Yeah.
Of, like, you know, easing back into it. And like, hey, everybody, you know, it'll be different, though. I don't think there's going to be as many, like, random hugs.
No.
You know,
people will be more... like hesitant about that.
Oh yeah,
hugs, handshake. Although I love handshakes, you know.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's tough,
like,
you know. Everyone's like
guild person, you know,
figuring out their new thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, dating is weird right now, and meeting people, you know, it's like people are like relying so much on social media and the internet to like gauge if this person is cool or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't have unless you go to a grocery store. Yeah, you can't really have the spontaneous conversation.
Even then, like, depending on when you go to the grocery store, it's either like hectic or everyone's got their like piss off. Like,
I'm here. I'm gonna have to wait in line. Yeah. Gotta go home at dinner, do some work, go to sleep, do it again. Yeah,
I know, man.
You're like, man, it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get back to post or not worry about COVID life so much.
No, yeah.
So when did you move to Nashville?
2008.
Okay. Was that like, were you going to college? Or?
Yeah, I went to Belmont.
Okay.
That's what brought me out here. And, you know, it's funny even like thinking like now having lived here that long is like it really was a different city.
Yeah, 2008.
You know, Belmont was a totally different school. I never graduated, but you know, there's still so many people that like I'm so fortunate to have met from going to Belmont.
Yeah, I feel I went there too.
Yeah.
Only for a year, but the connections and networking I made was well worth.
Oh, totally worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, that was the experience to glean from that. Schooling was all right, whatever, but like, meeting people, musicians.
Yeah, man. Still solid connections, and it's cool to see where everyone ends up, you know. And then you just got friends in high places, you know.
Definitely.
It's cool.
So you've been here since 2008?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, and I had the Inscape that whole time, too. There was a lot of iterations of that band.
Yeah, at Belmont. Did you play Belmont parties?
Not so many Belmont parties. We used to play... Did you ever, like, go to Reverb Media? It was like I can't remember what it was. It was like maybe like a clothing store or something.
Oh, really?
Like on the student-owned businesses side. I don't know. We used to play shows there all the time.
On the student-owned businesses side?
Like across the street from Bongo.
Oh, yeah. I remember going to shows there.
Yeah.
I went there like freshman year when it was like before it was a music store.
Yeah.
And then it became a music store or something.
Yeah. Then I don't know. I remember like I got invited all the time because I had Planet Earth on DVD, and so people wanted to have Planet Earth playing on the screens. They were like, "Can you bring your Planet Earth DVDs?"
Sick.
Like, yeah, man, still got them.
Man. I'm trying to think of bands at that time. Did you know of a band called Sons of Lions?
Yeah, I remember them.
I remember. I think I went to one of their shows where I met those guys at Belmont.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen them or
Matt and Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe's the one that looks like Jimmy Page.
Yeah, it's funny. I was like thinking about him a while ago and like found his Instagram again, and I think he like just got married, and then Matt, the other guy that was in that band, he's a dad now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I remember, what was it, Kirkwood.
Yes, Kirkwood House.
Kirkwood House, yeah.
I live over in that neighborhood,
Yeah.
and so I'll walk by that house sometimes. And now the lot's been like subdivided, so there's
Really?
it's like an A and a B.
Wow.
So that yard isn't the same as it was.
Interesting.
No, but I totally remember like I remember one time going to a party there like on acid, and I was freaking everybody out. And I was so psyched because I love freaking people out.
Yeah, just laughing and shit.
Yeah, I think I
What was your gimmick, or how would you freak them out the most?
I had this crystal ball that I like to carry around with me. And it was just like, you could look through it, it's like a kaleidoscope and everything. And so I just loved it. I'd be like, hey, you want to see my crystal ball? And people would be like, what?
And then you fuck with
And I'd whip it out and I'd go, whoa.
You're like, now we're going to ask you some questions.
Yeah. Just, people get caught really off guard with that shit.
Yeah.
We were like, all right, see you, bye.
Oh, yeah.
On to the next victim.
All the shenanigans of freshman year at Belmont.
Yep. Come a long way. When were you at Belmont again?
2011 to 2012.
Okay.
And then I was in Chattanooga from 2012 till August 2017 when I moved back here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I've been here since then.
Yeah. Yeah, so I left Belmont in 2010.
Okay.
And
But did you know a guy named Ben Hackett or Jonathan Poe?
both those names sound really familiar.
Okay.
What did Ben Hackett do?
He played bass in a band called New Madrid.
Yes. Okay, I remember, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm good friends with Graham.
They're still a band, aren't they?
Yeah.
New Madrid?
Yeah, they just came out with a single a couple of days ago.
Sweet. Are they still in New West?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a good band.
Yeah, I really like those guys. I went to high school with 3 of those guys.
Shit. Why aren't you in the band, man?
I don't know.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I did.
Fire your drummer.
I did Battle of the Bands with Graham in high school. The lead guitar player.
Sweet.
Fro dude. Yeah.
Did you guys win?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you did.
And then we were in music club, so we called it the Fellowship of the Bands.
Sick.
That was like the follow-up to the Battle of the Bands. And yeah, we would rock it.
I never played a Battle of the Bands.
They were fun.
Yeah.
In high school, it was so much fun. It's just
Yeah.
like, that was you're like, it's a show.
We're gonna kiss their ass.
There's hot girls there. Like, this is my shining moment. You know? People are gonna think I'm so cool.
Dude, yeah.
And like that, obviously that feeling still persists today. You know?
Yeah,
It's like,
still going.
Yeah.
Still feeling that energy, man.
oh yeah. That's super amped.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been like watching or studying any like YouTube videos of like shows you could like in the past, like from like 80s, 70s?
I don't know. I'd go every now and then on YouTube. Yeah, like something will pop up, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'll watch that. It's cool." Sometimes it like I don't know. There was like there's some good like Queens of the Stone Age shows on YouTube and stuff, and then there's some other stuff that just like from bands that you like want to see something from, but it just doesn't sound good.
Right, I understand. Dude, I remember when I first met you. It was at Fond Object, and we were seeing Tape Deck Mountain play there with Reptoid.
Oh,
And
dude, that Reptoid guy was so gnarly.
That was insane, dude.
He was so angry.
And his sticker says "Stay asleep."
Yeah, I know all his like propaganda stickers.
Like, Jesus.
I just remember feeling like this guy is so mad.
Yeah,
like, he's just pissed.
Yeah, like he does not trust me.
I wonder where he is now. I hope he's not as pissed.
He was from California.
Let's see where he's at.
But yeah, I remember meeting you there because we started talking about King Crimson.
Yeah.
And we were talking about King Crimson a lot, and I was just like, fuck yeah, another person that likes King Crimson.
Dude. Have you gone on, like, Robert Fripp's YouTube?
No.
And
or maybe.
There's, like, funny little, like, anecdotes of stories and stuff that, like,
his wife, awkward he is.
His wife films him, like, of him.
He's extremely awkward. I've read the autobiography of Bill Bruford, and he talks about how awkward Robert Fripp was to his children.
Oh, here he is, Reptoid. He's still doing it, man.
Yeah.
Posted something at the end of December.
How big is his following? What's he got there?
He's got 1,600 followers. Okay, he's still climbing the ranks.
He's working his way up.
Yeah, worship false gods out now. Dude, gnarly, dude. All right.
Just be angry.
Yeah, he's pissed, man. Sorry, Reptoid. I'm sure you're a really nice guy.
Yeah.
You just gotta get it out somewhere, man.
Yeah.
It's okay.
He's still feeling the angst.
Shit. Come back. Come play another show.
Yeah. It was
we'll be there.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of questions were flying through my head.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah. King Crimson. That sends me down a rabbit hole sometimes.
The reason I brought up YouTube videos is because they have super awesome, like 1984 when the Beat album came out.
Ooh.
And it's got Robert Fripp, Tony Levin, Bill Bruford, and Adrian Belew. Mm-hmm. Like the quartet that I love so much.
80s Crimson is a little... I haven't delved into it as deep as like...
60s, like Psych, Super Psych.
Yeah, or like Lizard and like those kinds of records.
Oh yeah, Thrack.
In the Wake of Poseidon.
Oh,
like I love all that shit.
Some of the deep cuts.
Yeah.
I'm really familiar with Beat and Discipline.
Okay, yeah, Discipline's
and
cool.
And the Court of the Crimson King, obviously.
They have a really cool history and I don't know. There was something that popped up. It made me think of King Crimson. I think it was like Bird Finds someone posted about a Mellotron for sale, and it was the Mellotron used for not King Crimson, but like the band America or something.
Oh, okay.
And it was like toured with the band America, and it had me think of King Crimson though too. I'm like, can you imagine touring with a Mellotron? Like, just how what a pain in the ass.
Super heavy piano.
Well, so you know how a Mellotron works, right?
What is a Mellotron?
Like, so each piano key has a tape strip associated with it.
Interesting.
So flutes or strings and so like each note can only play for so long as the tape strip. So it's like...
It's a timing instrument?
Yeah, so that's why all the Mellotron lines are very like... like Strawberry Fields is like... Because they can't hold those notes. They're all pieces of tape that are getting played.
Wow.
With on a piano.
Very interesting.
And so, I just can't imagine touring with that instrument. It'd just be such a headache.
Yeah, trying to line it up, playing sync, playing time.
Well, no, it's just not like it gets dirty and like the sounds don't work or like, who knows?
Dang.
Yeah.
You just enlightened me to that. I was not sure what a Mellotron.
That's like the classic keyboard sound for King Crimson and a lot of bands in the prog era. It's a super classic instrument.
I see.
But to see like original ones, most of the times they live like in a studio and they don't move. But to think about like touring with that, it's like, oh my god.
I'm gonna have to look at one of these.
Yeah, they're
Mellotron. Write this down.
Yeah. Some guy's gonna listen to this and be like, "Oh, dude, I tour with mine all the time."
I know. I hope that happens.
It's fine.
And then he can be on here and tell us how it goes.
You spill beer all over it. It's great. Sounds better.
Tell me, who were like three of your music heroes?
Three of my music heroes: Syd Barrett.
Okay.
Founder of Pink Floyd.
Definitely.
Anton Newcomb, Brian Johnstown Massacre. It's number 3. Gotta get a good one.
You can name 5.
No, I did 3. Man, now I'm racking my brain. Now I'm overthinking it. But no, I'll might try and true. Ray Davies, the Kinks.
Oh, yeah, the Kinks. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, I could keep going. But Ray Davies is like so... I've loved the Kinks forever. But he's like... I love how he's like the most practical songwriter.
Yeah. I'll have to listen to more of the Kinks. Which album would you recommend?
Any of them.
Okay.
I mean, like, the Kinks are so cool because, like late 70s Kinks are so punk.
They are still a band today, aren't they? Aren't they one of the longest...
No. They had hinted about...
Maybe it's the Zombies. Or no.
Yeah, the Zombies are still around. I've seen them a few times.
They're still together? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're together.
The Kinks hinted at doing a reunion last year. But then everything fell apart, so we don't know where that stands, but...
They're all still alive?
No. But Ray and... So the Kinks are Ray and Dave Davies, mainly. And the two brothers have a history of not getting along.
Like Oasis.
And so they finally were able to put their differences aside and agree to do the Kinks again for a reunion with the original drummer, Mick Avery. And then, so who knows? Maybe we'll see that actually happen.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Sid Barrett and Anton Newcomb, and a huge Brian Jonestown Massacre fan. I think that's also why I get so inspired to like do like my Cohn Jondit recordings and in that way of like, well, it's all in my head, so I'll just play it how I hear it.
Yeah.
You know, and then I can like try and have other musicians help.
Definitely. You're the musical mastermind.
Yeah, I don't know. I sometimes I feel like that'll work to my like detriment though, where it's like
not giving enough freedom to someone else. Like,
well, no, it's like, but appearing that way.
Okay, yeah.
You know, where someone's gonna like listen to a demo or like listen to something that I've only played on, and they're like, well, that's how it should be. When in fact, it's like, you know, I'm just trying to throw ideas and see what sticks, and like
definitely.
Like, I want to make the song as best it can be.
Right.
You know.
That's good you're not a perfectionist.
You know, but, I have an idea of where it needs to go, but I'm always open to, like, you know, having others' input and
definitely
taking things wherever it may go.
Right.
You know.
Okay, cool. I'm going to ask you one more thing, and then we'll wrap it up here, and I'll ask you about all your handles and so people can find you. What is something absurd you love doing?
Something absurd?
Yeah.
That I love doing. Ooh. Something absurd. Whoa. I don't know. My girlfriend could probably answer that a lot better than I could.
Okay.
She'll be like, oh, she'll have a whole laundry list of absurd things that I like to do.
Yeah.
Mine,
I'll say something really fast. I find that I always have to stop a timer before it hits 0. Like whether that's on my watch or phone
really?
Or if I'm at the microwave before it gets to like beep, I'm always like cancel and pull it out.
I don't know if that's absurd though.
Yeah, I guess that's not really absurd.
You know, like, I mean, then I could say like I eat a banana every day.
Got
to. It's good.
Yeah.
You know, or like
you want to go to sleep.
I don't know. I think the most absurd thing I've learned of me doing is like from my girlfriend some of the weird shit I do when I sleep.
Do you walk around?
No, but I'll like since my knee has been healing, like even like in the middle of sleeping, I'll like bend it and like try to like pop my knee like while I'm sleeping.
Wow. Does you like kick her or like does it touch
like,
her?
Like I'll
like,
put
hey,
my like leg in the air.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like I have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get your night or your sleep yoga.
Yeah. It would happen a lot where like if I had a especially rousing night of drinking tequila, I would sleepwalk.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
So yeah, I don't know. Probably like weird shit when I sleep.
So watch out for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, maybe I'm a sleepwalker. I've definitely like talked in my sleep and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, I definitely do that.
It's just I have a very active brain, so it's just like still going.
I feel you.
Yeah, and then I really get to do the weird shit.
It's good. You're kind of like me. You're always entertained. Well, awesome. It's great having you on here.
Dude, Jordan, thank you.
Yeah, definitely. If you can share some of your handles or how people keep touch with you, watch you, learn from you, maybe say hey to you or talk to you.
Yeah, follow I guess my main favorite social media is Instagram. Follow me at Cohn Jondit, CohnJondit, and that can link you up with all my music and photography and all the other stuff I like doing and I'm interested in, and maybe even I can help you find a house now.
Yeah, another skill under your belt. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.